What's up guys, SeeJayAre here. I'm finally back with another video. It took a huge long break. As you know, I've been pretty inconsistent over the last few months, but I'm back and these are the pickups that I've made over the last couple months. Got some really interesting stuff here. I'm going to start with the big stuff just to get it out of the way so I can see you, or you can see me and my hideous belly better. Picked up 3 SNES classics. From what it looked like, I'm following on Instagram and forums. Sounds like most people, if they put in at least a little bit of effort, got their hands on one of these. I got my hands on 3. Where did I get them? Pre-ordered from Microplay here in Ontario, Canada. Was able to get one from there. Best Buy was the second one. I just got back from Croatia. I was on a 3-week holiday. It was absolutely amazing. So I got a lot of this stuff in the mail. I came home and there's a pile of packages. So got another one from Amazon. So Amazon tends to open up orders on stuff like this for Amazon Prime members. So that's like the one positive thing about being a Prime member. So yeah, Amazon, Best Buy, and Microplay. Keeping one for myself, giving one to my nephews for their birthdays. Hopefully they're not watching this before I give it to them. And then I'm gonna have an extra one that I'm probably gonna bring into work and see if anybody needs one there. Not making a profit on them. I just kind of wanted to play it safe and make sure I got one, and I ended up getting it from all 3 of those places. I hopefully am going to get my hands on the Super Famicom edition. I'd like to have one of each. I have the original, not the original, but the Famicom Mini and the NES Mini Classic. So I really want to get the Japanese one. Doesn't have many different games. I think Mystical Ninja is one of the few different ones that I actually want to play. I really love the Japanese console, and more specifically the box is really amazing for the Super Famicom one. So I'd really want to have both. Not really a huge fan of the European one. It's still called the Super Nintendo. I'd much rather have the Japanese one. So I'm pretty sure that somebody from Instagram is helping me out with that. If I do get one, I'll have that in the next pickup video, and I'll have to give him a huge shout out. Along with the classics, I picked up a copy, I'm sure many of you did, or many of you have seen this, playing with Super NES Classics. This slipcover, it shouldn't exist. It looks much better like this. This is much cooler to look at. And the book actually opens this way. Obviously it opens that way, but it's in the shape of a SNES cart, and it's textured. It feels really nice, really well made product. It goes into like some of the history of Nintendo, some of the patents that were filed for like prototypes of the system. There's a great history of Nintendo and the Super Nintendo in here. Features like a couple pages on each of the games on the SNES Classic. Then it goes into like a whole bunch of cool, they highlight a bunch of people who make like fan art, fan websites, bands dedicated to Nintendo stuff. So really cool product here done Prima, I think it's Prima, in conjunction with Nintendo. You can tell that Nintendo had their hands on this a little bit, which is pretty cool. This big guy right here I picked up from Microplay in Ontario, Canada. Shout out to Microplay again. Actually becoming one of my favorite stores again. It was for a long time. And it's kind of coming back. I'm starting to go back in there more, and really liking the staff that's there. So Sonic Mania, I just walked in and it was just sitting there. I know they were a little bit limited at first. I don't know if that's changed a bit, but I wanted it on the Switch, and it was there. Impulse buy, fantastic game, really cool collectible. It's got the Sonic figure standing on top of the Genesis. It's quite large. I'm not going to unbox it here. You can, I'm sure, find one that's already been done on YouTube many times. Happy to have that. I wish it was a little bit cheaper. Also from Microplay. I hope they don't get in trouble for this, but this has been sitting on one of their shelves for a while, so I just asked the owner if when he's done with it. Actually, Matt, Gamer Alley, is like their best customer and knows all the staff there. So I asked him to ask the owner, so I'm sure he did it more as a favor to Matt, but thank you, Microplay, much appreciated. Something like this typically would probably be tossed at most places. It'll find a nice home in my game room here. Really, really happy to have that. It's very cool. Love Crash Bandicoot. Finally decided to pick up one of these Gameboy colors. If you don't know what these are, it's a backlit Game Boy Color. It's like a Chinese knockoff that's actually quite good. The screen on this, like as I said, is backlit, but it's really nice. This is the only way right now, the cheapest way that you can get a backlit Game Boy Color. Unfortunately, you can't like switch the housing and put these innards inside a official Game Boy Color case. That would be amazing. The aspect ratio is the only downside of this. It's slightly different. It's slightly it's hard. The original was a square. This is like 4:3. Other than that, the sound's great. The picture looks good. I highly recommend these. This is, I think, $40 Canadian. It's like 32 maybe US on AliExpress. Many people have done reviews on these. Many people already own these. There's far better. You can find videos on YouTube that will kind of walk you through what this is. It's called the Gameboy Color. They have an original. They have a pocket version of this too, which is not backlit. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I don't know why I have this. I guess I'll show you this. I bought just like a cell phone holder that is wide enough to hold my Switch. What I'm going to do is when I go on road trips with the boys, I'm actually going to attach this to the sunroof in the front seat, and it actually kind of sits nicely so it's right up high, well, kind of like where my face is, in the back seat, so the three of us can actually play the Switch on the screen, and the screen will sit in here. This will be attached to the sunroof, and we'll be able to play whatever, Mario Kart ARMS. Sticking with the AliExpress purchases here, some of you may have seen the video that I did on the Raspberry Pi that I got recently from Man Cave Arcades. It's in the little NES case. I did a video on it. Anyways, I picked up 2 Super Nintendo controllers to use on that, again from AliExpress. These are made by Data Frog, and they're painted. This is the Mario version. Actually a really nice paint job, and I'm pretty happy with the controller. It's got the Famicom style buttons, Super Famicom style buttons. Picked up the Mario one, and a couple weeks prior to that, picked up this really nice Luigi one. So this will go with my Raspberry Pi, and I'll use these as my 2 main controllers, a Mario and Luigi controller. I think they were like $10 Canadian. Super cheap. USB, obviously. Pretty happy with those. I kind of just ordered one to try it out, and I was actually pleasantly surprised with the quality. So ordered a stabilizer, again from AliExpress. For a few days there, I was actually considering doing like Twitch IRL, and then I realized that I can't even get a YouTube video up, let alone Twitch stream IRL, and I was actually looking into like just Twitch streaming all the time, wherever I go kind of thing. So on a whim, I picked up this stabilizer. Actually, it's more just kind of like a glorified selfie stick, to be honest. It's not a stabilizer. So yeah, it telescopes a little bit. And it turns into a tripod also. I figured I could kind of do like dual purpose. I can use this to prop it up in the basement. If I want to walk around and do live streams down here, I can kind of have it, hold it out. If I want to set it up and do something, I can put it right here and stick my phone in there for live streams down here. So actually, this will get used. At first I regretted it. I'm like, I shouldn't have bought that, but even just for that, it's good. Picked up a few Nintendo Wiis over the past garage sale season that were missing parts. So I needed 2 sensor bars, and these are AV cables, again from AliExpress, just gaming related. I thought I'd throw that in there. They were a couple bucks a piece. AliExpress is the best place to get these cables. A lot of places I find a lot of things on Instagram that people post, like these companies that do Game Boy mods and stuff, they order it all from AliExpress and use those parts. I'm sure they do. And they kind of sometimes pass it off that they're making them on their own. Yeah, quick tangent, but AliExpress, fantastic place to get all that stuff. Into some vinyl. I'm going to do an individual video on each one of these, starting hopefully this weekend. Got contacted by this company called, what is it again? Vinyl Me Please. So it's like a monthly subscription service for vinyl. So they'll send you a record. I have to look into, I'm not sure if they base it on what I think they just send you a random record. It's not just like, it's not going to be Neil Diamond, used Neil Diamond albums. September's record was this. The Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die, like an exclusive pressing. I'm going to do an unboxing and I'm going to talk about this and just talk more about the service in an upcoming video. So I won't say a whole lot about it, but stay tuned for that video. Comes with some really cool artwork and stuff that I'll show off in that video. For those of you who are interested in vinyl, if you don't know, that's kind of one of my, I don't know, 3 pillars. Video games, toys, and vinyl. Video games, tech, vinyl. Maybe beer thrown in there, but so yeah, I mix up a little bit of vinyl pickups here and there. So data discs, I love data discs. For those of you that don't know, Data Discs is a company out of the UK who is doing video game soundtracks pressed on vinyl, like limited edition vinyl, really cool colors of vinyl, insane amount of work put into these high quality pressings and packaging of these soundtracks. So they sent me 3. We got Streets of Rage 2. I'm going to do an individual video on each one of these. These are the best thing to have on in the background. I have one on right now. I just hit pause to make this video. The Shinobi 3 one I listen to all the time. It's such a fantastic thing to just to have on in the background while I'm hanging out in the game room. So Streets of Rage 2, one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. This one is Altered Beast. And this one's interesting. Galaxy Force 2 and Thunderblade. Shmups. So looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to all of them. I know that Data Discs recently announced that they're doing a Metal Slug. That's their next release. So check out Data Discs. It's just datadiscs.com, I believe. Just Google them. You'll find them anywhere. Instagram, Data Discs. Highly recommend you check them out. And stay tuned for those videos. I'll do a breakdown. I'm not sure if I just said this, but I want to have time to listen to each one so I kind of know what I'm talking about. Maybe list some of my favorite tracks, show some samples of what it sounds like. But yeah, there'll be some videos coming on these. What is it called? The Tri-City video game swap happened a couple weeks ago. It was the last one ever. These are my pickups. Again, all from my buddy Joel, who is a great guy and hooks me up big time. Actually, the first one here is from Andrew. I think I gave him $2 for this. Bass Hunter 64. I needed it on the 64. Joel hooked me up with this copy of, most of you know, I've mentioned this many times, Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. This has eluded me for years. I found a copy in Florida when I was there for $20 US a few years ago. It was like a half off day. 2 days later, I went back and it was gone. Joel gave this to me for $20. I don't even know if I should mention the prices, but I just did. I don't think he'll really care. It was an insane deal. He hooks me up, but sometimes I give him more than he asks for. He's a good guy. This is Dr. Franken. Still going for the Game Boy quest. I've got this stack of shame in front of me that I need to get to and I will get to. So if you were somebody to help me out with that, it's coming and I apologize. I really want to make videos. I really enjoy doing this. I need to figure this situation out because I like doing this. So I'm working on it. We got, oh my God, Operation C, Contra. Hit the Ice, unfortunately not very good. Felix the Cat. Joel hooked me up with this one. He got it for cheap, and I think he charged me probably what he paid for it. This is a really good game. I had heard of it. I didn't realize it was this good. Really, really fantastic platformer. We got Gremlins 2. Cool Spot. Tom and Jerry. And Dr. Franken 2, all going into the collection. Once again, thank you, Joel, JM Kennels on Instagram. I'll show these off quick. The 2 latest issues of Retro Gamer magazine. I really need to contact these guys and see if I can get in their collector's corner. It'd be cool to actually be in a magazine. I don't know, maybe I could like cut it out and frame it or something. I need to do that. And I'm sure my subscription's going to be running out too. Highly recommend this magazine. I think it cost me $8 a month for a 2-year subscription. $8 here. It's out of the UK, so in Canada at the store it's like 15, 16 bucks. So for $8, that's okay with me. I have no idea what this one is. Oh, I saw this on Instagram. I didn't realize this was in here. From Gemma. cool. Nice little bonus. That's amazing. Super Play, issue 48. Is this a magazine dedicated to the Super Nintendo? That's amazing. Nice bonus from Retro Gamer. And this month's issue is dedicated, well, it's not dedicated to, the cover story is the PC Engine. Very cool magazine. Love just listening to the data disc soundtracks and laying on the futon over there, flipping through and learning more about old games. I've said this many times, I own a lot of games. I'm not an expert on video games. I enjoy collecting video games. I enjoy playing them. I especially enjoy learning about them with my boys. I have the next 40 years of my life to play all these games. I'm not an expert, so reading stuff like this, I learn stuff all the time, and which is super cool for me. That's it, guys, for my pickups. This went way longer than it should have. Stay tuned for more videos. I hope they're coming. I'm doing my best to get them out to you guys. Yeah, thanks again, guys, and until the next episode.